I'll tell you why they don't like you. See, the demon on the spiritual side know that they can't fuck with you. But the human in the physical realm don't understand that. So the ego rationalizes and says, something about this nigga I don't like. So what do? They gotta get more people on their side. They gotta team up. They gotta build an army. Because they know they can't do it by themselves. They said, how can you prove that you a god? I said, watch me take down the devil and his army by myself. Bailey.
Presents, in collaboration with Graffiti Jungle YouTube,
Grand Theft Auto 6, unplayable character,
Chief Jaha, fucking hoes making music videos, fuck Rari and Rover. We do Lambos, Wranglers, and Gladiators. That's my bitch, baby.
I need your number and that's that. I need your number and that's that.
Stop stalking. Like the fucking video. Leave a comment, but don't subscribe. Send this video to pretty bitches only. Let me clarify. Pretty bitches that confidently suck dick on camera like to ride in reverse, with a face that makes you want to hit missionary. Some slim, thick, fine shit, with a grip that you couldn't pull out even if you wanted to.
Every time I pop out, I hear women screaming, ooh, baby.
I drew a little sketch of Bailey, but it has no background, it has no shading, it has no depth. It's not a good picture, right? Now I have my journal here. Usually I try to memorize it, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
don't want to miss nothing. I heard some good stuff. You know, the other day somebody said, the road to hell feels like heaven, and the road to heaven feels like hell. Make it make sense. Why that shit hit? I mean, it's like hell on earth, and why we gotta die to see heaven? Now, I ain't talking about Bath and Body Works sense, and I ain't talking about tobacco aromatherapy sense. But make it make sense. I'm not talking about down nickels and penny sense. Somebody said the devil's greatest trick is making everybody believe in it. Now, some shit I heard Cam say that I fuck with. He said, I don't know why my words hurt more than other people's words, but when I say some shit, I really do mean it. I'm not gonna say that it's true, but I really mean it. Now, this notion of give it your best shot, all or nothing. Doesn't matter if you're going to end up in the same position. Basically, I'm trying to figure out, is there anything that Van Gogh could have done to receive his flowers before he passed away? Because I just wonder if he would have created all of the art if he knew he wasn't going to get credit for it until he passed away. I used to ask people, if you had to stay outside all day and all night, when would you go to sleep? They say if a tree falls and no one's around, they hear it. Doesn't make a sound. It evokes a different feeling at night. I'm just saying, you got to get comfortable. I'm not sure how comfortable you would be able to go to sleep at night if you had to be outside all night. Because I was also thinking about, why do we even go to sleep? You eat food, that gives you energy, right? Why do you ever have to even go to sleep? Now, if you just keep on running and running and running, can't sleep at night, you might sleep it during the day. You might take a nap, depending on where you at. But when would you sleep? Where would you sleep if you had to be outside all day and all night? Now, I recorded some visuals. I wanted to record this outfit and the light. So we got the outfit of the days. Because when does one day end and one day begin? If you never really sleep, you just take a little nap and then keep on going. When does one day end and one day really begin? If you was up all night. And what if you really stayed up all day? And what if you stayed up for like 48 hours straight? Is that just one big ass day? It would feel like. I'm gonna just throw this one in there. It's about because I gave Bailey one chip. And she followed me earnestly, stayed by my side, waiting for another. And she never got another. She only got that one chip, but she kept walking with me, looking up, waiting for one chip. That's an allegory inside of that story. Or is that a parable? She waited. And I think the last thing I wanted to talk about was the different timelines. For instance, I'm up early in the morning. But I used to be up and I would have to get ready. I would let Bailey out for a couple minutes, make sure she pee and poop, and come back in and make sure I change my clothes, and I'll be right back on the road by 6 o'clock. Drive for an hour, just to make sure. And that don't give me too much time to prepare, unless I prepared the night before. You know how hard it is to be a teacher and don't bring any work home? I don't want to talk about teaching too long. But when I compare 5:30 a.m. on different timelines, and the one thing I think about is there anything worth salvaging on that timeline? Because what I miss is my poodle. I cried about it the other day, but I miss my poodle. I think I could have treated my poodle a lot better, you know? But regardless, my poodle will come in the morning. He would come into my room and just watch me get dressed. That's the one thing I miss about my poodle. My poodle would literally just stand in the doorway and just watch me get dressed. That was my son. I miss my poodle. Now the last one that caught me is enemies. They say you can't choose family, but you can choose your friends. And friends come and go, but enemies accumulate. And the funny thing about enemies is that they'll befriend you just to study you, figure out a flaw or a weakness, or just to see what you do, just to try to take you down. Lil Wayne once said, with friends like those, I don't need any enemies. Betrayal never comes from an enemy. Betrayal only comes from a friend. Watch my friends. I can handle my enemies. I didn't think I would like a cigar that's mint. I don't like peppermint, I like spearmint. But this is a decent cigar. I fuck with it. Would I puff it again? Yes. It's about $15 though. Would I buy it again? Got a decent puff time. It's actually kind of refreshing. It got decent aesthetics, even for it being outside. This is Drew Estate though, right? Should have known. Java. If I say Java, am I talking about C++? Am I talking about computer programming? Java is a language. Some people think Java and think coffee.